If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Welcome back into Daybreak. I'm Bob Green, filling in for Jimmy Dale this morning, and I'll be here tomorrow morning. Jimmy Dale will be back bright and early Monday morning. I have a special guest with us today. First time he's been on to talk about county business. We've talked about litter before, but guest this morning is my friend Phillip Morris, Talladega County Commissioner, District 5.
Good morning, Bob.
Mr. Morris, welcome.
How you doing?
Did you notice that, Mr. Morris?
I did notice that. How long you been knowing me? You can't use Phillip still.
Well, I knew you. I knew you when when your daddy had trouble with you driving fast in cars and all that stuff. I knew you back when you was a teenager.
Did you know me that far back?
I knew you back when you was a teenager. Now, Phillip.
You know, you getting old, Bob.
You used to trade with me at the auto parts store back then, so I really appreciate it.
Sure did.
Let's talk about Talladega County. Let's talk about. I got a lot of things I try not to talk about, but one of the things I think you wanted to talk about is y'all have the Talladega County Commissioner has been working on a new pay scale for the Sheriff's Department. And it has become very difficult to get law enforcement officers with what's going on in this country. What have y'all worked out for Jimmy?
Like you said, Bob, it is a problem. Your media, especially your national media, has made it tough on a lot of people. Just don't want to be officers at all, especially at the pay, putting your life on the line. And you know yourself, we got to have those guys. Everybody through the whole county. It ain't just Talladega County, but you know that. Every city's having trouble with it. And we've come up with just a little bit of a incentive to put us in more of the pay in line where it should have been. It should have been done some time ago.
You want to put some dollar figures on what y'all talking about, or how you adjusting, or what incentives you're offering? Or?
Well, we're going to do some sign-on bonuses and retention. For folks that's already there, it'll be put out over a 3-year period. The pay will go up. Sheriff's Department is we've got a point where we got to get out there and hustle and that's what sheriff and that's what Jimmy and Josh, they're getting out there and they're hustling, trying to get more people to go to work to be the police, be the sheriff's department, or work for the cities or whatever. But it's just a way to get people more interested in making a career out of being a police. And honestly, being working for the sheriff's department, Bob, in fact, it's not a bad job. Fortunately, we got a pretty good county. You don't have a lot of problems like you do in other areas. So I think it's a good job.
Phillip, you mentioned something that I think I picked it out. You're going to take care of the people you got too. You're going to recognize them and help them out also. Yeah,
that's what the sheriff. We got together with the sheriff's department and our county administrator, Pat Lyle, and sat down and looked at some ways. When you got a budget in place, then you got to start trying to to make things happen, and I have to give her a hand there. She found where we could do it in the budget and not mess our budget up and stay on track. So,
well, you mentioned Pat Lyle. Who is Pat Lyle, and what does Pat Lyle do?
She's county administrator.
What does the county administrator do?
She runs the business of the county. She works directly for us.
Well, when you say run the business, what is the business of the Talladega County? I'm not being facetious now. What is the business of Talladega County? What do y'all do? What does the Talladega County Commission do?
What does the commission do?
Well, back in old time, you were called road commissioner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and of course they tell you that now that you're not a road commissioner. But things has changed a lot.
You don't want to take blame for that, do you?
But get back to Pat's job. Her job is to keep the county running smooth, to keep us on budget. We get audited, it seems like all the time, so she's steadily dealing with that. That's probably one of her number one jobs, just keeping us legal, making sure we're doing things like we should be doing. But our job is keep roads fixed as best we can within the budget we got. Our county road department, employee-wise, is down probably about 20 people, or 25.
Is that on purpose, or you just can't get anybody to work?
Get people to work. You know, it's in the budget, but don't have them working. The road department's probably about half its size it was, 7, 8, 10 years ago, or a little longer. So,
and you got more roads too.
Yeah, and we got less too in places.
Okay. Yeah,
we don't have none of the Avondale roads anymore. People think we do, but we don't. That's sort of a
the COVID situation. Do you have your? I know at one time you had guards on the gate at county courthouse and on the gate at the courthouse in Talladega. You still got those? You still paying those people to sit there and take your temperature, or are they just on the gate now for the security reason rather than the COVID reason?
Well, they're still taking temps, so they're still there for security and temp. I don't know if you know this or not, but back 3 weeks ago, we decided to, after the governor took the mask order down, we voted 3-2 to let people use their own judgment, and take personal responsibility. So if you go in one of the county buildings now and you're not required to wear a mask, if you want to, by all means, put it on and wear it. But you're not under any restrictions to having to at this time. And I hope here in the near future that we, the other thing that I get complaints about is having to stand in line to get in. You're letting so many people in the building. As the heat's coming on, a lot of you elderly people, which is so many more of the people that go to the tag place, and a lot of people do online anymore, but you get a lot that goes there, and we need to get it where people can get on in the building, to keep them standing out in the heat, and it's coming. And I'm hoping that we can get that part changed here soon, because right now we still are controlling numbers going into the building. But there again, wear your mask if you're worried about your health. Don't think twice about it. But we need to get them a little more user friendly, and try to get past the COVID thing. Even though we both know it's still here, but if you take personal responsibility in your health, I think you'll do good if you just put a mask on. You don't have to worry about it. But that's up to you as an individual.
Who are the other 4 commissioners?
Starting with District 1, Jackie Swinford. District 2, Tony Haynes. District 3, Kelvin Cunningham. District 4, Mally Linbar. And then, of course, me, District 5.
What's your coverage?
What
does District 5 cover? Now, somebody's watching. If somebody's watching I know you and Mally run right together out in a certain section.
And me and Kelvin.
And
we do too.
So they'll know who to call if they've got a problem, because we're countywide. And
first of all, it's similar, Bob, to like being a city council. When I was a city councilman, you had a district, but if you stayed busy, you just worked wherever you was needed. So it don't matter. You can call me or whoever. It don't matter really where you live at, because at the end of the day, we work together. We don't bother each other in our districts, and we support each other in our districts. But okay. My area, to tell you the truth about it, we go all the way to the most south end, down Coosa County, and then all the way up almost into a little bit above Sycamore. A fudge of Alpine, a fudge of Odina, 5 Points would be mine. Oak Grove, most of Oak Grove is not mine. You'd think it would be, but that's Mally's. Had a call yesterday, got a little bit of a drainage problem in an area, and I think it's probably Mal's, but I'm going to try to get with the mayor today and deal with it and find out what's going on there. But, this last flood we had in drainage, you
get 7 inches. What do you expect?
Well, it was a mess, and there was a lot of people. Even my road got some flooding on it. Matter of fact, the gravel off the side of the roads are still laying in it now. We hadn't got out yet, but that was just a unique situation. Somebody said they hadn't seen it do that since the '60s, but we had drainage ditches from everywhere and anywhere stopping up. But what happened after it gets out of that area, it starts washing all the limbs and debris into them and into your covers. So we're still right now unstopping from that deal a few weeks ago.
When it comes to roads, it comes to drainings, how do you decide what to do? Is it the wheel that squeaks the loudest gets the attention, or is there a plan to take care of the area?
I hate to say that. We've always heard who are hollers loudest gets the most attention. That's just
that's going to be it, isn't it?
No, not. I'd like to say no, but yourself, it does make a difference. Sean and those guys that Sean's of course over the road division of the county. They stay pretty busy trying to keep on top of everything. But when you're the way Talladega County's laid out, back in the old days, and you probably remember this because you're a little bit older than me by a couple of years. You remember back in the old days, each commissioner had their own road department. Do you remember that?
I remember.
They had their own road crew. They was even up here. And some people think it may be better now. I think it'd been great if we had our own, because then you could, if they wasn't working on your district, you could wonder what they were doing. But in today's time, they do run, the whole. You got one crew that runs the whole county. And the way Talladega County is laid out, sometimes it seems like it's taking forever to get them over here to work here. But they eventually get to it.
15 minutes past the hour, talking with Phillip Morris, the county commissioner for District 5. And Phillip, a very successful program, I think, was your litter program last month. And I think it's continuing on. Don't want to talk that much about it, but I think you've got some other plans coming up. And from looking at I went back and read all your minutes for the last few meetings, and for at least the last 4 meetings of Talladega County Commission, the dominant issue was litter. And it was litter, and I don't mind telling you, it was litter and surplus equipment and approving liquor license. But litter was the main deal, and this has to be more than a 1 month or 1 day operation. What's your plans?
Well, let me tell you this. Look at the agenda and look at litter, and it has been. It's been, and the reason why is, in your cities, they have people. You have your Randys and different people gets out, and of course that guy Randy picks up everywhere.
Randy Clark.
But Randy picks up everywhere. But now but mainly Sylacauga. But it was a problem in your rural areas, just horrible. And with no inmates or anything, we were all getting calls. Me and Malley, especially in District 4. So that's why we set up the litter campaign for that. And of course, we got the Sheriff's Department out, and I want to throw some good things there for them, because they're out with 2 different teams picking up litter along with the county road department with some inmates. So they're doing that. The litter campaign, the next phase we're going to do is start pushing Adopt a Mile. We've got several people already interested in adopting a mile. With that being said,
Phillip,
that's the next campaign. And then we also going to start a nonprofit group too. Hopefully we can set up Keep Talladega County Beautiful and start applying for some grants for material and some labor through grants. So we got a lot of things still coming down with the litter program.
I'll hit you with something I had never asked you about. The county got any plans for a tax increase?
No.
Okay.
And you realize that you do, and I know you know.
I know how it works. It goes through the state.
That's exactly right. We're not like city councilmen. We can't just pass taxes.
Okay. But I have heard in several areas that 2% tax was covered from the county and all of this, and so y'all have not talked about doing anything like that. Let me ask you about the Civil Service Board. I'm involved in that along with your wife, Robin. What portions of the county, I know the Sheriff's Department is, what other section of the county is under the Civil Service, has our Civil Service law? I know every Civil Service law, the Sheriff law is different from the Sylacauga law. The Sylacauga law is different from another city law. Who besides the Sheriff's Department is covered under Civil Service? Anybody?
Road Department.
Road Department.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I would think, Bob, not to. I don't want to answer it wrong, and it's something that I may check on and find out. But I would think every one of our jobs would be the same way that Civil Service Board is Sylacauga. Don't y'all cover every employee that's hired by the city of Sylacauga?
Yeah.
Well, then I would think the same thing would be like that in the county. Oh, and by the way, I'd like to congratulate my wife, Robin, being put on Civil Board with you, and I told her, I said, good luck.
Well,
I'm glad I'm glad the governor appointed her. I think it's a good thing. It's something that I've never cared about doing, but I think that she will be a good one for y'all. You know, we're pretty much different. And
how big around were eyes open when she came home Tuesday? we had a pretty good meeting.
I don't talk to her much about it, Bob. I feel like that's probably her business. So I don't ask a whole lot. So was it a pretty good meeting?
Yeah, it was a very good meeting.
Good.
Census, redistricting. How's the county involved in that? Is there going to be, when we get the 2020 census, which was due at the end of January, now they've delayed it, I don't know when it's coming out.
COVID, probably.
You may know. Will there be a redistricting of everything of the state and all this?
It appears to be, yeah.
Because I know in several instances in some of the county minutes the word redistrict had been used, and I didn't understand the census had been used. And you list on the website, Talladega County websites, you list a bunch of divisions. E911, EMA. I understand both of those. You list highway division. What is that? Just your street department? Your people? Is that the one you talked about?
Yeah, road. That's just road department.
Human resources. Mm-hmm. You also list building permits. I can understand that, but what is your relationship to the probate office? How's the relationship? I know that's an elected official there, and same question with the revenue office. That's an elected official there. I know y'all don't tell them what to do, or you advise them, or you know, this has always been a question. And how's the relationship between?
You know the county. First of all, you know county government is totally different being a commissioner and any other representative. You know, the city council's different. They have a mayor. You know, the state's different. So you understand. So first of all, you got to understand county government. So now we ain't their boss, but we do their budgeting. You know, and we do the budgeting, but now we have to send them their money. So it's a unique situation. And actually, you asked that. I'm the liaison to both of those departments that you mentioned. From the county, county commission, but the county is over all county buildings, every single one of them. We're over them. We're making decisions on what goes on at them and maintenance things, stuff like that. But they have their own budget, so no, you don't tell them what to do. You know, just give them the money and. But you send them money, let them do their job.
You're sitting there the same way that city council. You can't go tell an employee what to do as Phillip Martin. And like city council can't tell a city employee what to do. So I was just wondering because there's been some controversy in several of the departments, particularly two of the departments in the last couple of years, and it was just sort of.
Are you talking about local, or are you talking about?
I'm talking about the. Probate department and revenue department in the last 2 or 3 years, and it's sort of been hard to understand which was the horse and which was the wagon. Do you understand what I'm talking about? When it got in there, and who could tell whom what to do? Or who could direct it, or who had authority? Now, I think I'm asking you.
It's a loaded up deal. You asked me because there's not no real clear answer.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I really, I'm sorry. Really, sorry. Maybe I brought that up, but one of the things.
I'm not sorry you brought it up, but honestly. You like to do stuff to get somebody to stumble around. That's Bob. And the bad thing about it is, Bob, there's not no real good answer for it.
Well, he got me stumbling around asking the question because I didn't know exactly how to ask because nothing was clear. I know one cleared up. There's one floating now. about what's going on and who's going to clear that up and all of that. I don't want to get into that today.
I can tell you this, I think the court system will clear up some of the things you're talking about.
Well,
but let me go back to say this, without any doubt, the county commission runs our property, and the people that are elected that uses our facility to do their job, they get to do it. You can't deny them. But at the end of the day, we run the buildings and the property and the business of the county. Now, those elected people, those positions you mentioned, they are elected by the people. So they're the boss. It's their deal. It's not commissioners.
Pat Lyle that you mentioned, really, as far as the employees of the city,
of the county,
I'm sorry, that's not under the direct direction of an elected official. She directs. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that would be a lot of people.
Now, she's a department head now. She don't direct the road department.
Well, that's what I mean.
You got an engineer that does that.
Okay. Who's your city county engineer now?
Sean.
Okay. Conferences. I noticed in your minutes that you just vote to send people to conference. You never put any dates, you never put any places, and you never put any cost. I know in the city's minutes, they go into detail on that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a smart idea, but why do you do it that way?
Well, I've been there 6 months, and some of the things they've been doing before I got there, and it's probably something to look at. Those things, you pretty much, you got to keep people updated and trained. Matter of fact, Pat just went on one not long ago to keep her updated on some of the things, because things are changing all the time in different areas, and it's all the time. It's just something all the time that you got to go back and refresh up on your schooling and stuff on certain things.
How's the county involved in animal control in the county? I know it's a tough question. I know they make donations to Sylacauga Animal Shelter and things along that way, but
also Talladega Shelter.
But
the Talladega Shelter is recognized as the county's, recognized as the county shelter that you call and pick up for dogs in the county.
I guess what we run into is outside the city limits of Sylacauga, if they got an animal problem, who do they call? They call the city?
Most of them call the sheriff's department, and the sheriff's department forwards it on to the Talladega County Animal Control.
Okay. You got an animal control in Talladega County?
Yeah, in Talladega. The Talladega Animal Control we contract with them through the county.
They do the whole county. So if you got somebody right outside Sylacauga, they're supposed to do it.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad we got that question, because
Sylacauga. Now you got to remember, Sylacauga. We do very little money with Sylacauga.
Yeah.
And probably down in the most in our general area, you can't expect Sylacauga to pick them up, because you do some of that money to help them. Let me say this, and I'm not. I would love to come back with you and discuss it more, but I'm in the process of starting to work on that.
I know you've always been interested in this.
We need to make some changes. I've been elected now about 6 months, and I've been on a lot of things, but that's one of the things that we do need to make some changes with.
Okay.
Being a commissioner, that's public safety is one of our big things, including animal control and several things is public safety. So something we'll be looking at for sure.
You got 2 minutes, Phillip, to tell the people what you've learned and what your 4 or 5 months as county commissioner. What have you learned as?
Let me give a shout out to my daughter. She's graduating this week.
You can talk about anything you want.
Straight A's from 9th, for 9th grade to 12th. She's going down and got about 8 scholarships. She's headed down to the University of Alabama to go to college this fall, and I'm very proud of her. She's been an excellent student and a wonderful daughter, and I couldn't ask for one any better. So I'd like to say congratulations to you, Jasmine, and her mom for encouraging her and encouraging me and tolerate me being gone a lot. You know, I serve on several things. As far as county commission, Bob, you know,
Let me say something.
very
about it.
similar. All right, go ahead.
I've known Jasmine since, I mean,
A baby.
A baby, and
Yep.
I'm really proud of her.
Well, I appreciate
If that makes a difference.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm sure she'll love to hear
Phillip,
that
you've
too.
used up all your time now, so whatever you learn, you can save to next time you come on. And we're going to go to Oak Mountain tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see the drifters, the swinging medallions, the coasters,
And Telluride.
Telluride, and somebody else was in there. I forgot who it is.
What time's it going to start?
We'll start at 5 o'clock.
All right.
I guess we just gave a deal for Oak Mountain tomorrow night. Concert from 5 until 11 with mostly 50s group. Well, that's it for Daybreak. Thank you, Phillip Morris, for coming out today. My name is Bob Green. I've been sitting in for Jimmy Dale Abrams today. I'll be back tomorrow morning for more Daybreak. See you then.